Siobhan Fahey of Shakespeare's Sister chooses the tracks of her years old this week. Her first choice today is from Dusty.
You say or do make me want you so. It has nothing to do with the wine or the music that's flooding my mind. But never before have I been so sure you're the someone I dreamed I would find. It's the way I close my eyes and count to 10, and when I open them, you're still here. I close my eyes and count again. I can't believe it, but you're still here. We were strangers a moment ago, with a few dreams but nothing to show. The world was a place with a frown face, and tomorrow was just, I don't know. But the way you make me feel the moment I am close to you makes today seem so unreal. Somehow I can't believe it's true. Tomorrow will you still be here? Tomorrow that what is happening to me is only a dream. I close my eyes and count to 10, and when I open them, you're still here. I close my eyes and count again. I can't believe it, but you're still here. I close my eyes and count to 10.
She's my favourite female vocalist of all time, and that's a hard choice to make, but she's such a great soul singer, I think, and interpreter of songs. And I mean, I love so many of her records, but I Close My Eyes and Count to 10 is such a brilliant song. I never tire of hearing it. I think that's my absolute favourite of hers.
She delivers it so well. It's a beautifully constructed song.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It goes into so many different styles, but she is just such a top singer in these things.
It's so bizarre when you hear stories of her being insecure about her voice, because she's a phenomenal singer.
That's so often the case, isn't it? You know, people who are really brilliant singers worry about it not being there tomorrow or not knowing what they're doing.
Well, it came from the soul, didn't it, with her?
Right. Before we go to our next choice, tell me about that move into Shakespeare's Sister. How did that come about?
I left Bananarama and was very eager to experiment musically. I didn't want to be a solo artist, so I decided I was going to whatever I'd do would be called Shakespeare's Sister. I didn't know who it was going to be, but I was living in LA. I just had my first baby, and my neighbour across the road had a writing studio in his garage. He introduced himself one day and showed me his writing studio, and he had this incredible desk. And the desk he'd bought it off EMI, and it was the desk that they recorded My Way on. So it was like this incredible sort of talisman thing, you know. And he invited me over to start experimenting, and that's where the first few tracks of Sacred Heart were born. And pretty soon he mentioned to me that he had a friend who he worked with. It was Marcy, as it turns out, and he thought that our voices would work really well, and he suggested we invite her down, and that's how Shakespeare Sister kind of developed.
It's interesting to hear how these things develop, because somebody suggests you might work together, but there's no guarantee. Your voices might blend together, but you might not get on personally.
Yeah.
So these things, there's a kind of magic at work.
Well, I've always found it a very easy flow creatively with Marcy. She's very open and experimental and open to all sorts of bizarre ideas, any ideas, you know. And she's also very gifted musically, so it's always been fantastic, whatever crazy idea, like, let's do a bit of opera over this dub section, and she can do that, you know, or incredible harmonica playing, or, you know, fantastic guitarist. So it's really a joy.
Absolutely, I can imagine it is. Next choice will be David Bowie and Drive-In Saturday. Why have you chosen that one?
Well, it'd be very hard not to have a Bowie song. It's hard to choose just one. And Drive-In Saturday, I think, you know, I can't get sick of this song. I mean, it was on the radio all the time when I was, 12 or whatever I was. And it's just so romantic and transporting and swaggering and sexy. And I love that quote from that Bowie documentary where one of the audience said, you know, I'm just a space cadet, he's the commander. You know, I think we all feel like that about Bowie. It was a terrible day for the world when he passed.
Let me put my arms around your head. Gee, it's hot, let's go to bed. Don't forget to turn on the light. Don't laugh, babe, it'll be alright. Pour me out another phone. I'll ring and see if your friends are home. Perhaps the strange ones in the dome can lend us a book we can read up alone. And try to get it on like once before. When people stared in Jagger's eyes and scored like the video films we saw. His name was always Buddy, and he'd shrug and ask to stay. She'd sigh like Twig the Wonder Kid and turn her face away. She's uncertain if she likes him, but she knows she really loves him. It's a crash course for the ravers. It's a drive-in Saturday. Young the foreman prayed at work. Neither hands nor limbs would burst. It's hard enough to keep formation amid this fallout saturation. Cursing at the astronet that stands in steel by his cabinet. He's crashing out with Sylvia. Euro supply for aging men. With snorting head he gazes to the shore. Once it raged, the sea that raged no more. Like the video films he saw. His name was always Buddy, drunk and asked to stay. And she'd sigh like Twig the Wonder Kid and turn her face away. She's uncertain if she likes him, but she knows she really loves him. It's a crash course for the ravers. It's a drive-in Saturday. His name was always Buddy, and he'd shrug and ask to stay. And she'd sigh like Twig the Wonder Kid and turn her face away. She's uncertain if she likes him, but she knows she really loves him.
Drive-In Saturday, that's David Bowie. Siobhan Fahey of Shakespeare's Sister has been choosing tracks of her years. Hear more tomorrow.
This summer, festivals aren't just for